So I know you cover three different sports outlets. You do the Yankees, you do MLS, and I'm with Westwood One. You have any particular momentous games that you got to cover with the Yankees and also in soccer? A favorite, if you had to pick.
Um, so the biggest of or the most unique event that I saw with the Yankees, and this is crazy saying this, but it's the only time I've ever seen one in person, was earlier this year in the regular season when the Astros no-hit them in the regular season at Yankee Stadium. I mean, it's just a moment, not a happy moment, but that was pretty cool to see, the combined no-hitter. Soccer-wise, I do a lot of stuff with MLS's partner league, MLS Next Pro, so the league that functions to allow players who are not MLS contracted players to play, and some bench guys in the MLS to play as well. Just seeing some of I don't think you can call it momentous now because none of these guys have made it yet, but there's a lot of young talent in this country. Not that we won't see in this World Cup, but in 4 years, I think there'll be a couple of guys that I've called some games for over the last years or over this past season that we'll see there. So we'll just have to wait and see there. But,
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait. I've always wanted to see United States hockey on top of the world. I don't think it ever will be because of Brazil and Argentina. Obviously, the World Cup. I was going to the World Cup to Qatar, and then my girlfriend has to have surgery, and there's so much going on. So I decided that I'm not going to Qatar. It would have been a great opportunity, and after watching that Real Sports thing, they did like a documentary on. It's disgusting what they're doing over there. People are dying building the stadiums, and it's just disgraceful. And FIFA should be sued. They should actually open up their pockets. I heard FIFA is going to make about $5 billion. At the World Cup this year, and they don't want to even donate any money to the families that lost people building this unbelievable, extravaganza. It's just disgusting, and I think FIFA needs to open up their eyes and realize this is it. I know it's all about money. That's the way organizations work, and they're the biggest organization in the world. But to do stuff that we have seen them over and over and over again do, and kind of throw it under the bus or throw it under the rug like it never even existed, is despicable. Who do you got winning the World Cup this year?
Oh man, I mean it's unfortunately I'd love to say the U.S. is going to win. I think they'll do better than people think, but I think we all know that probably won't happen.
Yeah.
People. I always feel like this is an impossible thing to predict.
Of course,
right? I mean, your groups, you get in, see what happens. PKs are probably involved at some point, but
don't tell England.
Yeah, that's true.
They're going to stink. A lot of people believe they're going to stink this year. A lot of people.
That game against the U.S., I think it's the day after Thanksgiving in group. If that game is a result for either team, I think the loser might be in danger of not advancing, which would be a monumental disappointment, just to put it that way, for wherever you lean. But I mean, it's hard for me to always to move away from Brazil and Germany. They're just always just
That's
so
who I
potent.
think is going to win. Germany. I think Germany's going to win.
Yeah, they're always just so good. So I would lean those two in the final and then a toss up.
And any team that you think is going to be like high hype that's going to be a disappointment?
England. Everybody keeps saying England.
I don't want to. I think that it's not a sure thing. The U.S. makes it to the knockout round.
Very good. That'll be cool.
I mean, if they lose to England, you have very little to no margin for error, and you're going to already know one game in to that point. So the opener's huge. If they struggle there, we'll see. But no, I don't really have any. I mean, it's so.
Yeah,
it's so different. November window I feel like is different than the traditional setting as well.
If they get lucky and they get hot, the U.S. can get to the semifinals. Why not? I mean,
yeah, it's soccer. I mean, I did a college game the other day. 7 seed beats the 1 seed.
They need that player. Every one of these teams have that player and I remember over the years it was Landon Donovan. Donovan was the guy. I mean, for years, MLS he was a star, but for Team USA, the guy was the face of United States soccer. And unfortunately, even with Landon Donovan and even those good USA teams, they didn't have that guy that says, "Oh, this guy is world renowned. That's the David Beckham of the United States. That's the guy." They don't have that guy. And until one of those guys show up where he is a top 5 player in the world, nobody's going to. He's not a Messi. He's not a Ronaldo. I watch soccer. I'm not a huge soccer fan, but if somebody comes to me and tries to throw me a curveball and tell me, "Oh, you don't know anything about soccer or European football," I said, "I know a lot more than you think." Okay,
you got something. You're not just the
no,
token Liverpool fan.
No, I'm a sports fan, and I'm not the one thing you'll know about me is my knowledge of understanding all different sports. And listening to people, because there are people out there that they speak to you and they say, "Hey, yeah, what do you know about this?" And I follow. I checked out the documentary of Ronaldo and Messi and Neymar, who I've always liked Neymar. I like him as a player. I think he's a cocky kid, or a cocky man now. But the story behind him, he came from nothing, and the amazing thing about him is what he's transitioned as a player, as a soccer player for Brazilian football is fantastic. And he is one of the faces of the new millennium of football for Brazil. So is there a particular player that you follow? Is there a particular player that you root for?
Not really. No, I mean, when these national tournaments, I'm gonna root for the U.S. just to follow them. But I don't really have. Sometimes it's tough when you're working and covering to let that fandom show.
Of course,
in so many sports. So I would say for this upcoming World Cup, no, not really. But it should be exciting. It should be a display over the holidays. Little interesting, a little different. But like you said earlier, it's going to be let's call it interesting how the situation develops on the ground there and what.
That's weird because it's their summer too, so it's like gonna be like 110 degrees. Some of those
games, so it's
probably bodes better for a lot of the South American and African nations that are more used to that.
I want somebody to do. I want Real Sports to do a story about this with FIFA. FIFA needs to be responsible for all these deaths. There were. I think there were 150 deaths on building.
Wow,
it's crazy, and these families are not covered. And obviously, these are the husbands, the man of the house, the ones that are supporting the family. And to lose that because they're trying to build a stadium for an event that, lasts 2 weeks? It's just disgusting. And I heard, I was going to go, and my friends, they're crazy, and they all want to do, what do they want to do? They want jet skiing with Lamborghinis. They have it over there on the water that you can drive a Lambo on the water. I was like, get the hell out of here. But you hear the story. It's like $800 for an hour to rent out one of those Lamborghinis to go on the water with. It's crazy.
That's an interesting fusion.
Yeah, man.
Lamborghini jet skis.
Yeah, they have Lamborghinis. They have all different cars. Why don't they have this in America? I'll be trying that. I mean, I would never drive a car again.
I'm gonna have to look this up later. Exactly how that works.
Check that out. I mean,
you missed your chance to do Lamborghini jet skiing for your honeymoon.
Yeah, it's great.
I did.
They're doing it in Dubai, and that's where we were gonna go. We were gonna go from Dubai to Qatar, which is like 40 minutes away, 50 minutes away. So so it's. Definitely unique. Definitely check it out. It's something very unique. And we were going to do bungee jumping and all this other stuff, but unfortunately, I got caught up, and I'm not going to be doing that this time. But I definitely want to go to World Cup. Have you ever experienced a World Cup?
I've not. No, not in person. So likely when it comes here shortly thereafter in 26, it'll be exciting wherever. I'd like to try and go to a couple different places.
Yeah.
I live in Jersey, so. MetLife Stadium outside of New York City is a natural fit to check out a game there.
Of course. Jets or Giants fan?
I'm a Jets guy.
I'm
a Jets guy. So
I'm
this
loving
is
you already. Look at this.
Fantastic season. The last 5 or 6 years, it's by this point, it's like, all right, well, what draft pick are we going to get? And not even this point, like October 1st, not November, whatever, 9th or 10th, whatever it is today. It's like, I am shocked. I watch this team and I'm like, wow, this is what it feels like to be. Not like we're
good. We're
not 9-0. We have 3 losses, but it's just amazing.
They should be 7-2, and
they should be.
And they'll go to New England, and I believe they're going to torture them at Foxborough. I believe the Jets they want that game back, and I think they're going to go in there and they're going to shut those New England fans up for the first time that we have not seen in a very long time. The last time we did that is in the playoffs when Bart Scott said, what did he say? What was the famous line? I forget what the famous line was. But Bart Scott and Braylon Edwards and Santonio Holmes and Mark Sanchez and Rex Ryan. I remember that team. And the Danian Tomlinson. So this is exciting for the Jet fans. And I this isn't even the year. I believe this team is going to be good for years. And Joe Douglas, it don't matter where he drafts. He's going to draft somebody really, really good wherever they draft. So exciting. As a Jet fan, we spoke about it earlier. I think it's, you see it in your face. You see it in all the Jet fans. It's fun. It's fun. This is a great ride. And don't be surprised. If the Jets make the playoffs, nobody's going to want to play this team. This offensive line and this defensive line is for real. They're ferocious, and they can run the ball. And what wins championships? The trenches and running the ball. And the Jets do that oh so well. So exciting for the Jets. So anyways, my friend, thank you for joining us. We'll get you on again. Hopefully Aaron Judge stays with the Yankees, but if the Yankees have to spend $300 million, let him go, because I would rather them wait another year and maybe go a run after Soto or Ohtani. Go after one of those guys. If you're going to spend the money, spend it on a guy that's younger, where you can have him a significant amount of time, not a guy that you're going to overpay for the next 4 years and then he'll break down and be an overpaid wannabe Yankee. And I'm not saying that to hurt any Aaron Judge fans. He's 31.
I think you're in the minority.
He's 31.
From a logical perspective, yeah. But I think the New York Yankee fan base locally will be
upset. Yeah.
Very upset. Yeah. But it's a tough thing to weigh. And also,
he's gone. I'm telling you.
Does he
gone.
want to come back?
I don't think he does. I never thought that he understood the pressure it takes to be here and to win. And I just don't think they have the winning. They're winning, but they don't have the winning mathematical equation right now. What the Yankees did in the 90s, they had timely hitting. They had guys like Derek Jeter that can hit for average. They don't have those guys. They need to find those guys. And maybe it's Volpe. Maybe it's Pereza eventually when he figures things out. Dominguez. And I think the whole Dominguez thing was, they believed that Dominguez was the guy that was going to fill in that Aaron Judge, a switch-hitting power hitter eventually. Obviously, some of these guys haven't worked out, some of the guys in their farm system, but the Yankees still have a pretty good farm system, and Brian Cashman has the best scouts in the world. So I expect the Yankees to be just as good moving forward with or without Aaron Judge. So, and I'm sure you do too.
No, I do. I completely agree with you. I mean, you look at guys who come up, certainly not everyone's going to work out, but all the names you just mentioned, if even 2 of those 5 or 6 names work out, homegrown, fantastic. I think more than that work out. Volpe's fantastic.
Oh, he looks really good.
In Somerset, Double A a couple times this year.
Do you know Nithin? Do you know Nithin? This guy goes around. He's Nithin. He's got that very deep Indian accent. You know him. He's very small. He's always he was there all summer long with Volpe. He's
really
befriended the Volpe family. It's so funny. He's a friend of the show. He came to my birthday party. Funny kid. But you have to hear him when he interviews. He's the funniest person. I can't stop laughing when I listen to his interviews. So he's a good personality. And shout out to Nithin. He's doing a great job, Nithin. I'm not making fun of you. I just think you're a funny dude. So keep up the good work, man. We really love what you're doing. You're a rep for New York, and everything that you're doing is great. And I want you to succeed. And we'll have you on very, very soon as well. We'll talk a little bit about this offseason with you when the Yankees actually make some moves.
Cool. Sounds good. Yeah, thanks for having me, guys. Appreciate the time with you.